Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fight Me. My name is Jami Bader. I'm going to be your host. And today on our first episode, we are going to talk a little bit about who we are, what we're doing, what's going on, where we live, and tackle a very fun subject, our most current fight. Thank you for coming. We're so glad to have you. Let's go. Welcome to Fight Me.
Welcome to Fight Me.
Yeah, episode 1.
I'm a little intimidated.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, just the word fight me. I don't know. Then I never know. I feel like whenever I hear it, I don't know if the gloves are supposed to be on or gloves are supposed to be off or...
I don't even know.
What would be the proper term in this case? I'm sure the gloves on.
The gloves are on. I mean, why not?
Sure.
We were just in the ring.
It's a safe setting.
Yeah. I like to think of it as like Thunderdome, but they don't actually have gloves.
We're not at steel cage match level.
Steel cage match.
Right.
Someone always wins.
That's right.
So, yeah. Anyway, I would love to be able to like give the listeners an idea of who we are, what we're doing, where we are.
Sure.
Like, what is going on here?
So I'm Chad Bader.
Yes. Hi, Chad Bader.
You
Welcome.
are Jami Bader.
Yes.
So for myself, I was born and raised in Western New York. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
So born and raised in Western New York, went to school, graduated from Canisius College.
Ooh, you graduated.
In Buffalo, New York. And then, when you and I married in 2007.
2007, thank you for remembering.
We moved to Raleigh, North Carolina. So I was a middle school social studies teacher. And in 2013, we moved to Honduras, Central America.
We did, didn't we? 2013.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
We were there for a year, and then in 2014 we relocated to Guatemala. We do nonprofit work, and primarily we have our own organization now, and essentially run that. And so we work primarily in poor rural villages. So
the name of our organization is
name of the organization is called Transformando Vidas.
Well done.
Which means transforming lives for
transforming
non-Spanish speaking listeners.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. So how long have you been working with Transformando Vidas?
Yeah, well, we established the organization in 2018.
2018.
Yeah. So we're coming up on 7 years. It's crazy to think.
7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the end of 2019, I feel.
2019.
More of kind of like our official
it was like
start
of pandemic time.
Yes.
Yeah. That was definitely the time that I remember doing a lot of food bags for like the communities that couldn't get access to food, things like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So man, how fast that went.
It's crazy how fast time flies.
I absolutely love it.
And yourself.
And myself. I know because everyone wants to know. So originally from Nebraska, I am...
Go Huskers.
Go Huskers. We will have a winning year one of these years. It's been a long time.
Yeah,
actually, since I've been I went to college at UN, went to the university for 1 year.
Okay.
And that was the year we were national championship.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was like a real fun, exciting time to be a part of
that doesn't age you at all.
Whatever. Whatever. I mean, when I was a baby.
Fight me.
Yeah, I know. Fight me. Fight me. Yeah. So finished part of my studies there, moved on to Ohio, studied Bible studies and missions. Okay. Moved on to get my nursing degree in Buffalo, New York.
Woohoo.
Migrated over to Rochester where I met you.
Yeah, first nursing job, right?
Got my first nursing job there in the operating room. So spent the majority of my time in the operating room and then went to work in the ICUs, trauma ICU, surgery ICUs, and then on to float to different ICUs. And then after we married, we landed in Raleigh, right?
Correct, like I said.
Like you said. Continued nursing there. We had our 2 children, and there we were.
I didn't say anything about that.
Yeah, you didn't mention the kids. That's messed up.
We have 2 teenage children now.
2 teenage children.
A freshman in high school and a senior in high school.
Yes.
So one coming in, one going out.
Exactly. I know. I do not know how I feel about the one about to go, but
No, it ranges on the day.
it depends on the day.
Yeah.
We love her dearly.
All the emotions right now.
I know, all the emotions. And then our son Kingston, he's bringing up the pack in freshman year and I think he's really enjoying it. Starting to enjoy like the high school experience.
He's doing well.
Yeah. Of course, we live in Guatemala City, right? So they will have a different experience in general than the average American going to an American high school.
Yeah.
So we've really loved to watch them grow up in this setting, just a little bit different than what we experienced. So we're kind of learning how to help them adapt as they adapt.
Yeah.
And although it's been like almost 14 years, so they're pretty adapted.
Yeah.
Like legit great
and
Spanish.
even though like we're living in a huge city, I still feel like given the nature of our kids' school, like the smallness of the community, it still feels like, I guess it'd be closer to like a rural school setting.
Yeah, I would say
in the
so.
States.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's what it feels like to me. Yeah.
Wholesome learning. Yeah. So this is going to be a little bit of a fun podcast. We're going to jump around a little bit, but I think today I want to introduce and like humanize our experience a little bit. I want to talk about what are we currently fighting about?
What are we fighting about?
Yeah. What's our thing?
Okay. Well, I'm not sure about we're currently at the moment.
At the moment.
In the current moment.
Here, let me get out my little book.
Yeah, we're not currently fighting, but
how do you know?
I'm
soups mad.
Okay. Well,
I'm just kidding.
I guess I don't know you as well as I thought I did after 18 years of marriage.
Okay. Anyway, so let's talk about like our current fight or the most recent fight.
Yeah.
Because yes, we'll say like right now we're on good terms.
Okay.
We can fist bump to that. Yeah, I know. There you go. We're working on it.
Yeah.
Talk to me how.
So I would say like the most recent disagreement, and I'm not even sure this is like necessarily like a disagreement so much as me being called out.
Okay, sure.
But yeah, so it definitely led to like a tenseness.
Okay, a tenseness.
Between us.
Would you like to explain how it went down?
Yeah, so we were coming home from the gym.
Mm-hmm.
I was just enjoying conversation.
Were you?
I was.
Okay. I was about to drop a bomb.
And you turned to me and were like, I just want to give you some feedback real quick. I feel like that you've been complaining an awful lot lately. And
yes, I did. And I didn't even ask permission, which is like number one rule of giving feedback.
There was no pause in there.
There wasn't.
Yeah.
There wasn't. And so like I want to own that impact for sure. I did not ask if you wanted feedback.
Sure.
I just gave it to you like a gift.
It changed the mood in the car real quick.
It did, didn't it? It did.
Yeah.
And so the one thing I didn't actually get to mention in part of my story was that since about 2.5 years ago, I started training as a leadership trainer and a executive coach. And so out of all the things that I should know is how to proceed with giving and receiving feedback. And wow, look how human I am that I didn't ask permission of my husband, whom I love. Okay, so
yeah, but that happens sometimes, though. I mean, I feel like when you're comfortable with the person that's getting the feedback. So we're always getting feedback, but
yes,
in this specific case, it was an interruption from the it was a change in the plot.
Yeah, it really was because I think we were talking about something fun and light, and then I was like, by the way.
Yeah. No, I think that it was. I think I was in the midst of complaining about something, which is what spurred the comment.
Yes.
So that being said,
okay.
But anyways, the comment itself, I think for me, like obviously, when you get feedback like that, it's not exactly always like the most positive.
Okay, so how did you feel?
I didn't feel like it wasn't something I was glad to hear, I guess is what you would say.
Okay, but wouldn't you want to know? Like, is it one of the things that you'd want to know? Okay.
I don't know.
You wouldn't want to know if you were like walking around complaining
Ignorance
a lot?
is bliss.
Is it?
It's a life motto.
What's
that?
I'm
just joking.
Okay, wait.
You've heard that saying before.
No, I have. Ignorance is bliss, but I don't buy it.
No, I don't buy it either. But
no.
No, I think that I think I did want to get to receive feedback, and so I felt like the way that I processed that was initially it was like a little bit upsetting to hear.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of, instead of pushing back and trying to validate myself and do those things and maybe make an argument out of it, I felt like the best thing for me to do was to kind of sit and process it.
Okay. Yeah. So you got really quiet.
And I got quiet.
Quiet.
Which I was like, I think immediately I kind of went into processing mode.
Yeah. Okay. So note for all the listeners, processing mode for him is silence.
Which I understand can come off as like silent treatment. But in this case, I really wasn't trying to be like give you silent treatment.
Okay. Well, first of all, I would love it if you'd have been like, I will not be doing the silent treatment on you.
Yeah.
I'm just processing.
Yeah.
But did you actually say that?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
So anyways.
So let me tell you what the narrative was in my head about it. This is what, once you went silent, this is what I thought. Great. Now he's mad and he wants to complain, but he can't complain because I just called him out on complaining for the last, I don't know how many days, pretty consistently.
Sure.
And so now he's holding on to that. Now he's pissed. Now what do we do? And then I thought, fine, I'm going to be silent too.
Sure.
So like the executive coach in me was not functioning quite well. This was not good results for me.
Sure.
And I was hoping that you would have received it in a way that it would have been like, oh, thanks. This is what I hoped you would have said.
Sure.
Oh, thank you so much for that feedback. I'm going to watch my words. Like, I'll just watch. I didn't realize it, and I'm going to watch my words or whatever. Sure. That's what I was hoping.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I was hoping. So it didn't actually happen like that.
But I do think you like raised like a good point. And I think one of the things that I liked that you said was that like you were telling yourself like a story in your head.
100%.
Which I think so a lot of times we don't like acknowledge that we actually like go down like these rabbit trails and start inventing like our own stories about different things.
Yeah, it was a full assumption.
Like based on like our experience in the moment, and maybe like if you asked me in the moment, you would have got a different answer. And I also feel like, I probably could have done a better job of maybe just engaging because sure. there was tension.
Totally.
For sure.
Yeah.
There was definitely tension and
slamming doors, tension.
And as we were getting ready then, once we got back from the gym, because we both had things to do.
Yeah. I had to run to Antigua.
Like it came up several different times and I said that I'm fine. Like I'm okay. I'm just processing and just taking some time to reflect on it. And
oh man.
And then at that point I felt like I was just getting the cold shoulder because
I got in the car and
because
left.
you had got like in a mood because I was processing it.
Okay. So fair game, fair assessment. All right. Okay. Let's just rewind this a minute. So we get back in the house after there was silence from us traveling back from the gym. We got in.
This was like 1 or 2 minutes before we arrived home. So it wasn't we were sitting in the car for 30 minutes without talking.
Thankfully. I chose when to say it at a very good time. Okay.
Timed it correctly.
Exactly. So we got back in the house. We got upstairs. You went and sat in your little like office space.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's in hiding. And so then,
upset.
He's upset. So
treatment.
Yeah, all of that. So I'm getting ready to go get ready so that I can leave.
Sure.
And I'm like, well, I'm going to be extra loud then. I'm going to like throw my, I'm just going to be like visibly, obviously.
Did you get all the
upset.
pans in the kitchen and start clanging them?
Exactly. No, but it was like, oh man, I was just so frustrated that you didn't want to talk about it. And so then I went upstairs, got ready, came back down, and I was just like, I leaned in to where your office area. And I was like, babe, are you okay? And you're like, you got this like eerily silence, tenseness that happened, and you're like,
I don't know about
I'm
that.
Fine.
I don't think that's how I said it.
Not fine the way you said it.
I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, so this was my own like narrative that was happening as I was going through. And then you said I'm just processing.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, okay, I'm going to Antigua, and then I'm going to make some noise as I leave. So making noise as I leave. Get in the car, and I'm like, peace out. I'm going to Antigua. And then I was also secretly sad because I don't like to drive when we have a conflict.
I know that. I do know that about you.
I do not like either of us traveling.
You definitely need the resolve.
I do need to resolve everything now.
Yes.
because the roads in this space and the traffic
I
and the
don't know if
danger.
it's just the rain, the roads and everything. I just think that you like the resolve. You don't like the
No, I
like
do.
unsettled
I
tension.
like peace. I'm very much a peacemaker.
Correct. So
And
I don't think
so-
it's just the roads.
And so you knew how to get to me in that moment
I guess.
by not allowing me to have peace. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. So what happened after that?
So yeah, I think you were probably only gone for about 30 minutes, and I'd already been processing for a good hour.
Sure.
And in my own reflection, just realizing, I have been doing quite a bit of complaining lately. And I realize that sometimes like I can be like a external processor where
Sure.
I do like to talk through things.
Yeah.
And do the things. And sometimes I just like the vent.
True.
Which I
Equal. Same.
admit.
Yeah.
But I just felt like, I think you were only probably 30 minutes gone, and I'd already shot you like a text message and just said, this is kind of like the realization or like the reality that I've come to.
Oh,
Like
100%.
So,
Yeah.
but within that, like through my own processing, for me, just realizing there's a lot of things that I do complain about that don't need to be complained about. And I think it's also like an invitation for me to just, put it before God.
Yeah.
And have those
absolutely.
conversations and let him hear whatever grievances I have. And actually just like let him walk me through whatever the situation is.
For sure.
And I'm looking for more constructive ways to handle a situation, like to seek wisdom or to maybe frame it in a different way to you. Like if I want to have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, come to you and say, hey, I'm really having a hard time processing this situation.
Sure.
Or this seems to be the situation. Am I reading this right? Because most of the times if I do that, I do realize like, oh, I'm just complaining just to complain.
Yeah. And well, I mean, it's not been like a huge problem. So like it just happened to be that it was condensed in like a smaller amount of time. And so I was like, I noticed it. And the one thing that I felt like would have been helpful if you would have come to me and you would have complained, that you'd been like, hey, Jamie, just listen. Like, don't try to fix it.
Sure.
Don't try to like joke about it.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good too.
Yeah. Or if you're like in a space where you really need some thoughts about how to resolve it. Hey, Jamie, can you like give me some thoughts? Like, please help me. I don't know. Help me walk through what's going on here. Maybe there's something that like, maybe there's a request that needs to happen, or maybe there's an action step that could help to resolve what's going on. And, so that being said, I feel like moving forward, that would be helpful to know. And same for me, because I'll complain too.
Right.
Like I'm human like the rest of us.
Yeah.
And knowing when I just need an ear and knowing when I actually need help with something is
I think
good.
we all go through those things. Sometimes we just want to be heard, not even necessarily validated, but I think we just like to like kind of vent for a little bit. And sometimes the person that's listening often wants to give feedback or to give in like their 2 cents.
Fix it.
And fix it. Fix it. Yeah. Which I know that they through, even though I wouldn't say we've been married a long, long time, but we've definitely 18 years.
and a half years.
I mean, I think,
that's not
typically
a short time.
Guys like to just try to fix whatever is wrong.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times, ladies just want to like have a chance to converse and just be heard.
Yeah.
And be seen.
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like there's been times like in our own conversations, when it's been a hard day or something like that. And it's like, oh, I don't need you to fix this for me. I just want you to just listen.
Yeah. Or like a little bit of both. Like, hey, will you listen? And then kind of give me like a fix.
Kind of give me
like a half fix, or, like, help me out.
But in this thing, like a lot of times we don't need to necessarily have like a solution all the time. Sometimes we just like to be heard.
Yeah. And also feedback is great about, all right, when I'm doing that, please let me know. I would want to know. I mean, I recognize the impact of like lots of complaining can be an energy drain.
Yeah, it's energy draining for sure.
And
no matter how often you listen to it and how good you are like listening and like letting things just kind of roll off your back, I think all of us have like a level in which it's like, man, this is just exhausting.
Yeah. But it like, I love you. So for me, it's also like I
I'm
want to.
pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, right? So like, there's a part of me that wants to help bear that weight
Right.
of, in like the committed space that we live in. It isn't like a broad community here.
No,
I mean,
it's
as
not.
an expat in Guatemala,
And we do
yeah,
live in like a very like the community in which we live. I would say it's like also very transient in like a lot of
yeah,
ways. There's
for
a lot of people
sure.
coming and going.
Yeah,
So you don't tend to have like a lot of long history with people. And
yeah,
so over the years, you and I have like really developed, a real strong like friendship as
for
well,
sure. For sure. I mean, oftentimes we would have like
which
groups
is
of
natural
friends.
for a married couple. But like usually you
Yeah.
have other people that you can go to as well. But
Well, yeah, like so with a group of friends, there would oftentimes we would have a lot of community and we'd be like,
correct.
wow, this is great. This is kind of fun. It's different.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, there'd be a mass exodus of expats back to their own places
Sure.
for whatever reason, lots of various reasons. And then you're suddenly like, ooh, wow, our community
There's
just
a void.
left. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think we really had to strengthen what we had in order to have a stable home environment, especially for our kids, knowing that they were experiencing their friends coming and going
Yeah. A
as
lot
well.
of fluidity.
Yep, a lot of that.
Uh-huh.
So, so I felt like there was a lot to be learned from the space. Like I received your text and I was like, oh, thank goodness, that was resolved for me in a sense. Although there weren't like happy emojis. So I was kind of like, is he still mad? Is he still
Sure.
mad? Or is he still processing? Or what does that look like? And eventually we got a chance to talk. And then it was like, okay, let's really clear it. Like, how are you feeling about it? How was I feeling about it? And just being transparent about that experience, I think it helped us pave a way to, okay, how can we move forward when something like this happens again? Or we need or want to give feedback.
Correct.
Maybe
yeah.
if it's not
Yeah.
complaining.
So how would you recommend, like not even just for us, but even for others, in any types of relationship, friendships,
Sure.
marriages, whatever, how would you recommend that people go about giving and receiving feedback like that?
Yeah. So I've always felt it like it was this advocacy for someone that you care about. If you care enough about them, you want them to know what their impact is.
Sure.
And so it's also noticing when they're maybe not being who they normally are. So like for you, this was not your typical Chad. You were not like a typical complainer, like by far. So when it started happening, I thought, oh, something is going on here that is extra for him. And it requires more processing like verbally. And also the impact I was having was it was just feeling very heavy. Like I couldn't fix it. And so recommending people who have these relationships to jump into these hard or difficult, not necessarily hard, but difficult conversations where we address things that are necessary to advance our relationship. Like for example, me, although I would have normally asked for permission to give you, feedback or asking if you want feedback.
Yeah, you're usually very good about that.
Yeah, I try to be. And again, I'm human at the same time. So we balance.
We all make mistakes.
We all make mistakes, right? There we go.
Sometimes more often than others.
True. And so typically, asking for like if you want to receive feedback.
Yeah.
And then I had to make a choice at that point. I'm risking how I was feeling about the situation. Like I was actually going to bring to you something that could risk breaking part of our relationship or harming it. You might not take it well, or I might not say it well. But the idea was the risk because I love you, and there's like that advocacy that I want for you and our marriage and like our relationship as a whole, as a family.
Sure.
Because like values are seen by our kids in millions of different moments.
Yeah.
It's not just like, these are our values and like done. It's, okay, when I watch mom and dad a million times doing things that they do, are they actually playing out their values?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
I think there's like that old adage of like, your beliefs are not the things that you say you believe. It's like the way that you actually present yourself.
Yeah. Your beliefs create.
You like live out. Your actions are indicators of your beliefs.
Exactly. Your beliefs create your experience, the experiences we have. And so like there was a lot of, okay, I'm risking this momentary fracture of our relationship for the betterment of like our future. And that was really the heart behind it, whether it actually came out.
And at the same
like
time, like we've also, over the years, we've cultivated like a space where it's safe to give like harder feedback. And sometimes And
For
sometimes
sure.
like if you're like in a new friendship, you probably don't want to jump right in and start giving hard feedback and, realize,
Yeah.
which can be difficult.
It is nice to have like
So,
a like built
but
trust.
we all, I think both of us, would say can point to friendships where like, you know, difficult feedback is kind of like a common thing.
Mhm.
It's a common characteristic of the friendship. Like we're able to speak into each other's lives, both
Yeah.
giving and receiving
For sure.
feedback,
That's a valuable
um,
friendship right there.
and that's like gold.
It really is. Like
Yeah.
there's always that friend that you have that is like, they will tell you, but I'm just thinking of a couple of people right now that come to mind. I'm not going to say their names,
Yeah.
but like they will straight up tell you truth. Like they're truth tellers. And so like if they don't like what you're wearing, they're going to let you know. If they don't like what you said, they're going to let you know. And there's something about that immediate feedback that I really enjoy because that's not my natural tendency
Sure.
to actually give that type of feedback. Now, someone asked me like, okay, how do I look? Yes, for sure. And I will for sure say that if you have something in your teeth, I'm going to tell you.
You do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And vice versa. That's not true. Don't even play like that.
Listen.
Are we
fighting again?
I say.
We're so fighting again.
Okay.
Okay, no. Oh, no, but no, there are times where I'm just like, babe, throw me a bone. I got like something in my teeth, and here I am like smiling like goofy, and I'm next thing I know I'm in the mirror, and I'm like, oh, chives or whatever. I don't even know. Like something's in my teeth.
Then we must have already been in a fight if I didn't tell you.
Yeah, is that how you process? That's pretty messed up.
Well, I'll
What
show
the heck?
her.
All right, well, next time fix it for me. I
There
want to
you go.
know if there's something in my teeth. Yeah. So anyway, I feel like there was a lot of winning that came out of this conversation that you and I had around the complaining and the complaint that I
Sure.
had, and then the complaining by you, and certainly felt like we had a resolve, and it has made it easier, I'd say, as we walked forward
Yeah.
to give each other like different types of feedback.
For sure.
I know I'm 100% open to it.
Uh-huh.
And I'd like to think with processing time, you're open to it as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, in general, I think that was helpful. Hopefully it was helpful to our listeners.
Yeah, I hope
Something,
so.
like we're human just like the rest of them. Not that anyone thought we weren't.
That's
Hopefully
right.
they didn't think we were
That's right.
like Avengers or something like that.
We're definitely not superheroes.
No, 100% not.
For sure.
Although it's quite fun.
This is fun. I'm glad that we had this time.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, speaking of disagreements, this is just something like I want to add to, because I saw this really interesting random thing that happened in the news.
Sure.
Okay. We're not news people, right?
Well,
okay. We
reality,
like to be
we are not.
informed.
The news channel is not constantly on in our television. Our television in our house.
It's we all have like Spanish
Like
news here and
like we definitely get our news via. We usually get it via email.
Or memes.
Memes are definitely
Our friends will send us
That's
memes,
right.
and then we're like, oh, we should check the news.
Exactly.
Something's happening.
Yep.
Yeah. So we don't typically, or I don't typically, I'll
No.
speak for myself, like, scroll on like all the different news channels. But I just happen to be, because I get an email once a week from this particular news source, and this really interesting story came up.
Uh-huh.
And so, speaking of disagreements and feedback and all the naughty things,
Okay.
a guy was on a Royal Caribbean cruise liner,
Okay.
racked up over $17,000 in debt in the casinos and gaming.
Man.
So gamed,
Nickel
max
slots.
bet,
Nickel slots.
nickel slots, penny slots, max bet on 24/7.
Yeah.
He racked up. I imagine it would be fairly easy to rack up 17,000.
You would think that'd be pretty easy. I would just think he's got to be wagering a lot, but also just be horribly unlucky.
Well, super unlucky, because typically you win a little bit and then to
Sure.
keep you, and so he must have won like a little bit and lost a lot and kept. Anyway.
Sure.
So long story short, he 17,000 in the hole. He didn't want to have to pay taxes on it when he like came back. Anyway, so he jumped straight
I don't
off.
think you pay taxes on debt.
No, no, like claiming it or something like that. No, there was something that happened that anyway. Let's just say
still want to be held accountable.
held accountable to it.
Yeah.
And part of it probably got mixed up, but anyway, long story short, the big problem was he jumped off the cruise liner in the middle of the ocean.
Well,
To
fair
avoid
enough.
to avoid the debt. It's not really avoiding.
He counted the cost.
Yeah, well, kind of. I mean, it's a huge bet to jump into a shark-infested ocean. Like fully shark. I don't know if they were swarming. I don't know.
I'm sure the sharks have just been trailing the cruise ship.
They probably were. They're like, dude, this guy, he's got like 17 grand in
We've
debt.
seen it happen before.
We've seen it happen. They were max betting on this guy jumping off so
There
they
you
could
go.
just lunch right
They
there.
cashed in, jackpot.
They did. The sharks got him. But they didn't actually. The
obviously,
authorities got him.
He was caught, right?
He was caught, blah,
Okay.
blah, blah.
I want more of a story of how he got to the 17 grand worth of debt. That's what I want to know. I want to know his gambling habits. I want to know
what games did he play?
What game he's playing. Is it we talking poker? We talking slots? I'm just like, because you only can get, it would have to be something where you were borrowing money. I don't know.
I don't even know how you would get to that point.
I'm guessing the cruise is probably assuming that he's a captive audience at that point.
Apparently, they're
just
like,
go ahead. We'll issue a loan out for you.
Let him do it.
Let
I've
her
never
rip.
been on a cruise, so
Let her
I
rip.
wouldn't know. But I will say for me, the biggest bet that he made was jumping in the ocean. That is like a huge terror
That's safe to
nightmare for
say.
me.
Yeah.
Like
Huge gamble right there.
That's a huge max bet. Like you jump right in, you don't know what's below you. I don't know the blades from the boat. I don't know how that works. That could be right next to you. I mean, now you have no arm.
Yeah.
And now they're sharks.
Who knows what country he was near to?
Yeah, that's actually true. Like who controlled the waters?
Right.
Like that's equally
Exactly.
scary. Yeah. So all that to say, he probably could use some feedback.
He probably, yeah. He needs more people speaking truth into his life.
I'm guessing he probably could have used a friend to listen to him at that point or to help fix it.
Nice.
So thank you. Thank you for being honest and transparent, open, and allowing for us to talk about something that matters about fighting.
Loved it.
We love it.
All right.
It's a human experience.
It is.
Thanks for coming. Thanks
Yeah.
for having the conversation. And
Until next time.
Until next time. Thank you so much for listening. If this podcast resonated with you, if you enjoyed it, if you enjoyed us, please hit the subscribe button. This is a no-cost way to support us as we build in this space. Thank you again, and until next time.